justice, he was not 3 leagues off when we left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
But fewer than you saw, and none of name.
A victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb, feats of a lion. He hath indeed better expectation than you must expect of me to tell you how.
He hath an uncle in Messina will be very glad of it.
We have already sent him letters, and there appears much joy in him. Even so much joy that cannot show itself as a badge of bitterness.
Did he break out into tears?
In great measure.
A kind overflow of kindness. There are no faces truer than those that are so washed. For how much better it is to weep at joy than to joy at weeping.
I pray you, is Signor Mountanto returned from the wars, or no?
I know none by that name, lady. There was none such in the armies but he sought.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin Monsignor Benedick of Padua.
Oh, he is returned, and as pleasant as he ever was.
I pray you, how many have he killed and eaten in these wars? Oh, but how many have he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Senior Benedick too much. But he'll be meet with you, I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
You hath musty victuals, and he hath hope to eat it. He's a very valiant trencherman. He hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
He is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man. But for the stuffing, well, we are all mortal.
You must not mistake my niece, for there is a kind of merry war betwixt Senior Benedick and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wits between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed with 1. So then, if he have wit enough to keep himself warm, let him bear the difference between himself and his horse, for it is all the wealth he hath left in the world to be known a reasonable creature. I pray you, who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Is it possible?
Very easily possible. He wears his faith as the fashion of his hat. It never changes with the next block.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
No, and he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion? Is there no young squarer now who will make the voyage with him to the devil?
He is most of the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord. He will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the right noble Claudio. If he has caught the Benedick, it will cost him £1,000 ere it be cured.
We will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friends.
You will never run mad, niece.
Nope, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro is approached!
Good Madam Leonata, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of this world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace, for trouble being gone, comfort shall remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides, and happiness takes its leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her father hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, lady, that you asked him?
Senior Benedick, no, for then you were a child.
You have it full, Benedick. You may see by this what you are, being a man. Truly the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
A hero would not have Madame Leona's head on her shoulders, for all Messina is like her as she is.
I wonder you will still be talking, Senior Benedick. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Benedick, courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat? For it is certain I am loved among all ladies, only you excepted. And I would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. But I thank God in my cold blood that I am of your humor for that. I had rather hear a dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves you.
God, keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other may escape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse as for such a face as yours were.
You're a rare parrot, teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse at the speed of your tongue, and so it could continue. But keep your way. In God's name, done.
You always end with the jade's trick. I know you of old.
Well, that is the sum of all, Leonata. With Senior Claudio and Senior Benedick, my dear friend Leonata hath invited you all. I tell her we shall stay here at least a month, and she heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer. I dare swear she is no hypocrite, but prays from her heart.
If you swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn. Let me bid you welcome, my lord. For being reconciled by the prince your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I have not so many words, but I thank you.
Please, your grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonata. We will go together.
Benedick,
Yea, signor.
didst thou note the daughter of Madame Leonata?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do, for my simple, true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee speak in sober judgment.
Why, methinks she's too low for a high praise, and too small for a great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome, and being other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I'm in sport. I pray thee tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, be the case to put it into. But speaking this with a sad brow, come, what key shall a man take you to go in the song?
In mine eyes, she's the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and were she not possessed with the fury, exceeds her in as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary. Here would be my wife.
Is it come to this? Hath the world no man left that wore his cap with suspicion? Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Go to, in faith, and thou wilt thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays. Don Pedro is returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you follow not to Leonata's?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
Oh, you hear, Claudio? I can be as secret as a dumb man. On my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance, he is in love. With who? Why, that is her grace's heart. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonata's short daughter.
If this were so were it uttered.
Amen, if you love her, the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
No, by my troth, I speak my thoughts.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my 2 faiths and trusts, my lord, I spoke mine.
That she is worthy, I know.
Not another feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will dine it at the stake.
How was ever an obstinate heretic in a despite of beauty?
And never could maintain his part, but in force of his will.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. She brought me up, I likewise give my most humble thanks. But that I should have a cheat emblazoned upon my forehead, or hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall have to pardon me. Because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any, I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for which I go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with If ever I lose more blood with love than I'll get again with drinking, pick out my eyes with the ballad maker's pen, and hang me up at the door of the brother house for the sign of blind Cupid.
Well, as time shall try. In time the savage bulldog bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if the sensible Benedick bear it, pluck off the bull's horns and set them in my forehead, and let me be vilely painted. And in such great letters as they write, here is good horse to hire. Let them signify under my sign, here you may find Benedick, the married man.
If this should ever happen, thou wouldst be horn mad.
Nay, if Cupid have not spent all his quiver in Venice, thou wilt quake for this shortly.
I will look for an earthquake too, then.
Do. Well, you temporize with the hours. In the meantime, repair you to Leonata's. Commend me to her and tell her I shall not fail her at supper. For indeed she hath made great preparation.
I have almost matter enough in me for such an embassage, and so I commit you.
To the tuition of God from my house if I had it.
The 6th of July, your loving friend, Benedick.
Mock not, mock not. The body of your discourse is sometime guarded by fragments, and the guards are sometime basted on neither. Ere you flaunt old ends any longer, examine your conscience.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it but how, and thou may see how apt it is to learn any hard lesson that may do thee good.
Hath Leonata any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She's the only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, as we went onward, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye, that like that had a rougher task in hand than to drive like into the name of love. But now I am returned, and thy war thoughts have left their places vacant, and their rooms grow thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to war.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hero with the book of words. But if thou dost love for a hero, cherish it, and I will break with her mother, and thou shalt have her. Was it not to this end that thou beganst to twist so fine a tale?
How sweetly do you minister to love, that no loves grief by his complexion.
What need the bridge mirth broader than the flood? Fairest grants the necessity. Look what will serve as fit. 'Tis once thou lovest, and I will fit thee with the remedy. I know we shall have revelling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell for hero I am Claudio. And in her bosom I'll clasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then after to her mother shall I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice let us put it presently.
How now, sister? Where is my cousin, your son? Hath he provided this music?
He's very busy about it. But, sister, I have strange news that you yet dreamt not of,
Are they good?
as the bench stamps them. But they have a good cover. They show well outward. The prince and Count Claudio, walking in a thick pleached alley in mine orchard, were thus much overheard by a man of mine. The prince discovered to Claudio that he loved my niece your daughter, and meant to acknowledge it this night in a dance. And if he found her accordant, he meant to take the present time by the top, and instantly break with you of it.
Hath the fellow any wit that told you this?
A good sharp fellow. I shall send for him and question him yourself.
No, no. We will hold it as a dream till it appears itself. But I will acquaint my daughter withal, that she may be the better prepared for an answer, if peradventure this be true. Go you and tell her of it.
What's a good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds. Therefore the sadness is without limits.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessings bring it?
If not a present remedy, at least a patient sufferance.
I wonder if thou goest about to apply a moral medicine to a mortified mischief. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, sleep when I am drowsy, and tend on no man's business, laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make the full show of this till you may do it without controlment. For of late you have stood out against your brother, and he hath taken you newly into his grace, where it is impossible you should take true root. but by the fair weather you make yourself. It is needful you frame the season for your own harvest.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. It better fits my blood to be stained, and to fashion a carriage to rob love from any. And this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering honest man, it must not be denied that I am a plain-dealing villain. Therefore, I have decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my likings. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? What news, Baraccio?
I come yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is brightly entertained by Leonata, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Wilt serve for any model to build mischief on, for he hath betrothed himself as a fool and in quietness?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Who, the most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
A very proper squire. And who? And who? Which way looks he?
Mary, I'm Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonata.
A very forward march chick. How came you to this?
As I was in a musty room, come to me and the prince and Claudio, hand in hand in sad conference. I whipped me behind a curtain, and there heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and having obtained her hand, throw Claudio.
This may prove food to my displeasure. That young star that hath all the glory my overthrow. If I can cross them anyway, I bless myself every way. You are both sure, and you will assist me.
To the death, my lord.
Come, let us to the banquet. Their cheers the greater that I have subdued. May the fruit be in my mind. Shall we go prove what is to be done?
We'll wait upon your lordship.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not. How melancholy that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I'm heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Benedick. The one is too like an image and says nothing. The other is too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
So then, half Senior Benedick's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Senior Benedick's face?
With a good leg and a good foot, aunt, and money enough in his purse, such a man could win any woman in the world if he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
In faith, she's too cursed. Too cursed? He is more than cursed. I shall lessen God's sending in that way, for it is said, God sends a cursed cow, short horns, but to a cow too cursed, he sends none.
So then, by being too cursed, God will send you no horns?
Just if he send me no husband, for which blessing I am at him upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman. He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth, he is not for me. And he that is less than a man, I'm not for him. Therefore, I will even take sixpence in earnest to the bear ward and lead his apes into hell.
Well then, go you into hell?
No, but to the gate. And there will the devil meet me like an old cockle with horns on his head and say, "Get you to heaven, Beatrice, get you to heaven. There's no place for you maids." So, deliver I up my apes and away to St. Peter's for the heavens. He shows me where the bachelors sit, and there live we as merry as the day is long.
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your mother.
Yes, Faith.
It is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, "Mother, as it please you."
And yet for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow. or else make another curtsy and say, Mother, as it please me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth. Not grieve a woman to be overmastered with a piece of valiant dust. To give an account of her life to a clod of wayward marrow. No, Aunt, I'll not. Adam's sons are my brethren, and truly I hold it a sin to match in my kindred.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you be not wooing good time. If the prince be too important, tell him there is measure in everything, and so dance out the answer. For hear my hero. Wooing, wedding, and repenting. It says a Scotch jig, a measure, and a syncopace. The first suit is all hot and hasty like a Scotch jig, and full as fantastical. The wedding, mannerly modest, full of state and ancientry. And then comes repentance, and with his bad legs falls into the syncopace faster and faster, till he sinks into his grave.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye on it. I can see the church by daylight.
The revelers are entering, sister. Make good room.
I know you. waggling of your head.
To tell you true, I counterfeit him.
You can never do him so ill well unless you were the very man. Here's his dry hand, up and down. You are he, you are he.
Adored, I am not.
Come, come, do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hide itself? Go to Mum, graces will appear, and there's an end. Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, and you shall pardon me.
Nor will you tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful,
Yeah?
and that I had my good wit out of 100 merry tales. Well, this was Senior Benedick that said so.
What's he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester. A very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him, and the commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy, for he both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him. I'm sure he is in the fleet. I would he had boarded me.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. He'll but break a comparison or two on me, which, peradventure, not marked or not laughed at, strikes him into melancholy, and then there's a partridge wing saved, for the fool will eat no supper that night. We must follow the leaders.
And every good thing?
Nay, if they lead to any ill, I will lead them to the next person.
Sure, my brother is amorous on hero, and hath withdrawn her father to break with him about it. All the ladies follow her, but yet one visor remains.
That is Count Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are not you Signor Benedick?
You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very close to my brother and in his love. He is amorous on hero. I pray thee, dissuade him from her. She is no equal to his birth. You may play the role of an honest man in it.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too, for I heard him swear he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us go to this one.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedick, but hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so the prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Therefore, all hearts in love use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself, and trust no agent. Beauty is a witch, against whose charms fate melteth into blood. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio!
Yea, the same.
Oh, will you go with me?
Whither?
Even to the next willow tree. About your business, Count. What fashion will you wear the garland of? About your neck, like an usurer's chain. Or under your arm, like a lieutenant's scarf. You must wear it some way, or the prince hath got your hero.
And we should joy her.
Well, that's spoken like an honest drover. So they sell bullocks. Did you think the prince would have treated you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
Now you strike out like the blind man. It was the boy that stole your meat, and you beat the post.
If it will not be so, then I'll leave you.
Alas, sport or foul. Now will they creep into sedges. But that my lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me. The prince's fool. It may be I go into this title because I am married, but I am not so reputed. Yea, but so I am apt to do myself wrong. It is the base, though bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person, and so gives me out. Well, I'll be avenged as I may.
Come, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, Lord, I played the part of Lady Fame, found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had gotten the goodwill of this young lady, and I offered him my company to a willow tree, either to make him a garland as being forsaken, or to bind him up rods as being worthy to be whipped.
To be whipped?
fault?
The same transgression as the schoolboy, who, being overjoyed at finding a bird's nest, shows it his companion, and he steals it.
Wilt thou make a trusted transgression? See, the transgression is in the stealer.
Yet it had not been amiss that the rods had been made, and the garland too, for he might have worn the garland for himself, and the rods he might have bestowed upon you, who, as I take it, have stolen his bird's nest.
I will but teach them to sing, and then restore them to their owner.
Well, if their singing answer your saying, then in faith you say honestly.
The Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
She misused me, has the endurance of a block. An oak, but with one green leaf on it, would have answered her. She told me, not thinking of it myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was dull and a great thaw, that I like jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance upon me, that I stood like a man in a mark, with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poniards, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there were no living near her. In fact, the North Star. I would not marry her, though she were endowed with all Adam had left him, ere he transgressed. She would have made Hercules turn spit, yea, and cleft his club to make the fire, too. Come, talk not of her. You will find she's the infernal Ante in good apparel. I would to God some scholar would conjure her, for certainly, while she is here, a man may live as quietly in hell as in a sanctuary. People sin upon purpose because they go thither. So, indeed, all disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows her.
Look, here she comes.
Your grace command me any service to the world's end. I would do the slightest errand out to the Antipodes that you can devise to send me on. Fetch you a toothpicker from the furthest inch of Asia. Bring you like the Prester John's foot. Fetch you a hair from the great John's beard. Do you the slightest emissage to the pygmies, rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy. Have you no employment for me?
None but you desire your good company.
Oh, yeah. Sir, here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Lady Beatrice, you have lost the heart of Signor Benedick.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it me a while, a double heart for his single one. Mary, he wanted to have me once before, with false dice. Therefore your grace may well say I had lost it.
You put him down, lady. You put him down.
So I would not he should do to me, my lord, lest I prove the mother of fools. I have brought you Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why? How now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then, sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil, Count. Civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
Lady, I think your blazon to be true. Though if so, his conceit is false. Come, Claudio, I've wooed in thy name, and fair here was won. I have broke with her mother, and her goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and all grace say amen to it.
Amen! Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself for you and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin. Or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss and let him not speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Indeed, my lord, I thank it, poor fool, who keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Good Lord for alliance! Thus goes everyone to the world but I. And I am sunburnt. I shall sit in a corner and cry, hey-ho, for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I'd rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace ne'er a brother like you? Your father hath excellent husbands, if a maid could come by them.
Would you have me, Lady Beatrice?
No, my lord, unless I may have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me, and to be married best befits you. For indeed, you were born in a married hour.
No, sure, my lord, my mother cried. But then there was a star danced, and under that was I born. Cousins, God give you joy.
Niece, will you look to the things I told you of?
I cry your mercy on, by your grace's pardon.
I my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There is little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She is never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then. For I have heard my daughter say she hath often dreamed of unhappiness, but waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Cousin Claudio, when we need to go to the church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on crutches till love have all his rights.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence a just seven-night, but a time too brief, too, to have all things enter my mind.
Come, shake the head and so long the breathing. But I warn you, the time shall not go dully by us. See, I, in the interim, plan to undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring the Lady Beatrice and the Senior Benedick into a mountain of affection. But the one with the other. I have a match, and I doubt not but fashion it, if you three will but minister such assistance as I shall deem necessary.
My lord, I am with you, though it cost me 10 nights' washings.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefulest of husbands. To far can I praise him. He is of a noble strain, proved valor, and confirmed honesty. I will teach you how to humor your cousin. She shall fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your two help, shall so practice upon the Senior Benedict that he will fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory is ours, for we are the only love gods. Wait with me, and I will tell you my drift.
Is it so that the Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonata?
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross leave menacable. I am sick in this place of him. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told your lordship a year since how much I am in the favor of Margaret, the waiting woman hero.
I remember.
I can at any unseasonable instant of the night point her to out of her lady's chamber window.
What life is that to this marriage?
The poison of that lies in you to temper. Go you to the prince your brother. Spare not to tell him that he has wronged his honor and married the renowned Claudio to a contaminated tale. Such one is hero.
What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo hero, and kill Leonata. Look you for any other issue?
Only to despite him. I will endeavor anything.
Go then, find me a meet hour to draw the prince and Claudio alone. Tell them you know hero loves me. They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window. Hear me call Margaret hero, your Margaret term me Claudio, and bring them to seize the very night before the intended wedding. And there shall appear such seeming truth of chaos disloyalty, that jealousy shall be called assurance, and all the preparation overthrown.
I will put it in practice. Be cunning in thy work, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Be you constant in the accusation, and my cunning shall not shame me.
I will go and presently learn their day of marriage.
My chamber window lies a book. Bring it hither to me in the orchard.
But we are already here, sir.
I know that. I would have thee hence, and here again. I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies and others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. Such a man is Claudio. There was no music with him, but the drum and the fife. Now would he rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor, and now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. And now he has turned orthography. His words are a very fantastical banquet. So many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn that love may transform me to an oyster, but I'll take my oath on it. Till he made an oyster of me, she'll never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. Another wise, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color it please God. Oh, here comes the prince and Monsieur Love. I will hide me in the arbor.
Come, shall we hear this music?
Yea, my good lord. How still the evening is, as hushed on purpose to grace harmony.
See you where Benedick hath hid himself?
Oh, very well, my lord.
Come, Balthasar, we'll hear that song again.
Oh, my good lord. That's not so bad a voice to slander music any more than once.
I pray thee sing, and let me woo no more.
Since you speak of wooing, I will sing. Since many a wooer doth commence his suit to her he thinks not worthy, yet he woos. Yet will he swear he loves.
Come, or if thou wilt hold longer argument, do it in notes.
Note this before my notes. There's not a note of mine that's worth the noting.
These are very crotches that he speaks. Note notes, forsooth, and nothing.
Now divine air, now is his soul ravished. Is it not strange that sheep's guts should hail souls out of men's bodies?
Sigh no more, ladies, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. One foot in sea and one on shore. One thing constant, never. Sigh not so, but let them go. Purging all your sounds of woe into hey, nonny, nonny. Sing no more ditties, sing no more, dumb so dull and heavy. The fraud of man was ever so. Since summer first was leafy, sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, diverting all your sounds of woe into hey, nonny, nonny.
Mind my trough. A good song.
And an ill singer, my lord.
No, Faith does sing this well enough.
Had he been a dog that should have held us, they would have hanged him. I pray God his voice will no mischief. I just leave her the night raven.
Yea, Mary, dost thou hear, Balthazar? I pray thee, get us some excellent music. For tomorrow night, we would have it at the Lady Hero's chamber window.
The best I can, my lord.
Do so. Farewell. Farewell. Come hither, Leonata. What was it you told me of today, that your niece, Beatrice, was in love with the Senior Benedict?
Stock on, the foul sits. I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Senior Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behavior seems ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Since the wind in that corner?
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell you what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It's past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she knows the counterfeit.
Oh God, a counterfeit? There was never counterfeit of passion that came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what affects in passion is
Wait, well, this fish will bite.
What affects her? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
how, I pray you? You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assault of affection.
I would have sworn it had, my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think this a gull within her own species.
You have taken the infection. Hold it up. Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That is reported.
'Tis true indeed, so your daughter says. Shall I, says she, and have so often countered him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
This says she now, and she's beginning to write. We shall be up 20 times a night. And there she will sit in her spot until she hath written a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all.
Now you talk of a sheet of paper, I remember a pretty jest your daughter here.
Oh, that when she had written first reading it over, she found Benedick and Beatrice between the sheets.
That.
Oh, she tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence and railed at herself that she should be so immodest to write to one that she knew would flout her. I measure him, says she, by my own spirit, for I should flout him if he writ me, yea, though I love him I should.
And down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses, oh sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
Doth indeed, and the ecstasy hath so much overborne her that my It is very true.
If Benedict knew of it by some other than her, she will not discover it.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should, it were an alms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and not of all suspicion. She is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In all things but in loving Benedict.
Oh, my lord, wisdom and blood combating in so tender a body. We have 10 proofs to 1 that blood hath the victory. I am sorry for her, as I have a just cause, being her aunt and her guardian.
I wish she had bestowed this dotage on me. See, I would have doubted all of the respects he made her half myself. But I pray you, tell Benedict of this and hear what he will say.
Were it good, think you?
Hero thinks surely she will die. She will die if he love her not, and she will die if she make her love known. She will die if he woo her.
Just well, if she should make tender of her love, it is very possible he'll scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit. Excuse me.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good up for happiness.
Before God, and in my mind, very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
And they take him to be valiant.
As Hector, I assure you. And in the managing quarrels, you may say he is wise. For either he avoids them with great discretion, or undertakes them with the most Christian-like fear.
If you do fear God, you must necessarily keep the peace. If you break the peace, he ought to enter into a quarrel with fear and trembling.
And so will he do, demand off fear God. Howsoever, it seems not as if some like majestic people make. Well, I'm sorry, shall we go see Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never tell my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, she may wear her heart out first.
Well, we'll hear further by your doctor. Let it cool a while. I love Benedict well, and I could wish that he would modestly examine himself to see how unworthy he is of so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If you do not govern her now, I'll never trust my expectations.
Payment must be spread to her, and that was your doctrine of gentlewoman carried. The sport will be when one holds the opinion of another's dotage, and no such matter. That's the scene that I would see. Let us send her to call him to dinner.
This can be no trick. The culprits was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me. Why, it must be requited. I hear why I'm censured. They say I'll bear myself proudly if I perceive this love come from her. They say, too, she would rather die than give any sign of affection. Did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear the detractions that could put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a truth, I can bear them witness. And virtuous, 'tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. By my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks or remnants of wit broken on me, for I have railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meekness youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No! The world must be peopled! Here comes Beatrice. By this day, she is a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner.
Fair, Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those things than you took pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You took pleasure then in the message.
Yea, as much pleasure as you may take upon a knife's point and choke a daw withal. You have no stomach, senor. Fare you well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner. There's a double meaning in that. You took no more pains for those things than you took pains to thank me. That's as much to say, any pains that I take for you are as easy as thanks. If I do not love her, I am a villain. If I do not requite her, I am a miscreant. I will go and get your picture.
Good Margaret, run thee to the parlor. There thou shalt find my cousin Beatrice, proposing with the Prince and Claudio. Whisper her ear and tell her I and Ursula walk in the orchard and our whole discourse is all of her. Say that thou overheardst us, and bid her steal into the pleased bower where honeysuckles ripened by the sun forbid the sun to enter. Like favorites made proud by princes that advance their pride against the power that bred it. There will she hide herself to listen to our propose. This is thy office, bear thee well in it, and leave us alone.
I'll make her come. I warn you. Presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedick. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedick is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made that only wins by hearsay. Now begin! For look, Beatrice, like a lapwing runs close by the ground to your conference.
The pleasantest angling is to see the fish cut with its golden oars the silver stream, and greedily devour the treacherous bait. So angle we for Beatrice, who even now is couched in the wood by courtship. Hear you not my part of the dialogue?
Then go we near her, that her ear lose nothing of the false, sweet bait we lay for it. No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as the haggards of the rock.
But are you so sure that Benedick loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my neutral lord.
And did they bid you to tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it. Oh, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedick, to wish him wrestle with affection and never let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Did not the gentleman deserve as full, as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man. Oh, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn right sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they count on, and her wit values itself so highly that all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take no shape, nor projects of affection. She is so self-endeared.
Sure,
short, an agate, very violent cut. If speaking, a vein blown with all winds, and if silent, a block, move with none. So she turns every man the wrong side out, and never gives to truth its due.
Sure, such carping is not commendable.
No. No, not to be so odd, and from all fashions as Beatrice's, cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she will mock me into air, laugh me out of myself, press me to death with her wit. So let Benedick, like covered fire, consume away in sighs and waste inwardly. If we're a better death than die with mocks, which is as bad as die with tickling.
Yet, tell her of it. Hear what you will say.
I will go to Benedick and counsel him to fight against his passion. And truly I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with. One doth not know how much an ill word may empoison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. Surely she cannot be so without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
True, he is the only man of Italy. Always accepted, my dear Claudio.
I pray you be not angry with me, madam. Speaking my fancy, Signor Benedict, for shape, for bearing, for argument and valor, goes foremost in report to Italy.
He hath an excellent good name.
His Excellency did earn ere he had it. When are you to be married, madam?
Why, every day. Tomorrow, come go in with me and I'll show you some attires.
She is lying, I warned you. We've caught her, madam.
If this proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some cupids kill with arrows, and some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on, I will requite thee. Taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reporting thee.
My lord! God save you.
Good dead, brother.
Would I speak with you?
In private?
If it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would say if concerns him.
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow?
You know he does.
I know not that when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter. By that I will manifest. For you know my brother. I think he holds you well in dearness of heart. Hath hoped to effect your ensuing marriage. Surely a suit ill spent and labor ill bestowed.
Why, what's the matter?
I came hither to tell you the lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Your hero. Leonato's hero. Every man's hero.
Disloyal?
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. I could say she or worse. Think you a worse title, and I will fit her to it. Go about with me tonight. You shall see her chamber window entered, even at the night before her own wedding. If you love her, then tomorrow wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you follow me, I will show you enough. And when you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
If I see anything tonight why I should not marry her in the congregation where I should wed her, there will I shame her.
And as I wooed for thee to obtain her, so will I join with thee to disgrace her.
I will disparage her no farther, for you are my witnesses. Bear it coldly, but till midnight, let the issue show itself.
O day untowardly turned.
Oh, mischief strangely thwarting.
O plague right well prevented. So will you say when you have seen the sequel.
Are you good men and true?
Yea, or else it were pity, but they should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for them, if they should have any allegiance in them, being chosen for the prince's watch.
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Montferry.
First, who think you the most desertless man to be constable?
Hugh Oatcake, sir, or George Seacole, for they can write and read.
Come hither, neighbor Seacole. God hath blessed you with a good name. For to be a well-favored man is the gift of fortune, but to write and read comes by nature.
Both which, Master Constable.
You have! I knew it would be your answer. And for your favor, sir, give God thanks, and make no boast of it. And for your writing and reading, let that appear when there is no need of such vanity. You are thought here to be the most senseless and fit man for constable of the watch. Therefore bear you the lanthorn. This is your charge. You are to comprehend all bad and wrong men. You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if he will not stand?
Why then take no note of him, but let him go. And presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True. And there's meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You shall make no noise in the streets. For the watch to babble and to talk is most tolerable, and not to be endured.
We would rather sleep than talk. We know what belongs to a watch.
Ancient and quiet one, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only have a care that your bills be not stolen. Well, yours call it all the alehouses, and bid those that are drunk get them to bed.
How if they will not?
Why then let them alone till they are sober. If they make you not the better answer, you may say they are not the men you took them for.
Well, sir,
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him, by virtue of your office, to be no true man. And for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, why the more your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, should we not lay hands upon him?
By your office you may, but I think that they that touch pitch will be defiled. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
You have been always called a merciful man, partner.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man
Sir Stillet.
How if the nurse be asleep and not hear us?
Why then let the child wake her with crying? For the ewe that will not hear her lamb when it baws will never answer a calf when he bleats.
'Tis very true.
This is the end of your charge. You, constable, are to present the prince's own person. If you meet the prince in the night, you may stay him.
By Our Lady, that I think he cannot.
5 shillings to one on. Any man knows the statutes. He may stay him. Marry not without the prince be willing. For the watch ought to offend no man, and it is an offense to stay a man against his will.
By Your Lady, that I think it be so.
Ha ha! Well, masters, good night. If any matter of weight chances, call me up. Keep your fellows' counsels and your own. And good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let us go sit on the church bench till 2. Then all to bed.
One more word, honest neighbors. I pray you watch about St. John the Ambassador, for the wedding being there tomorrow, there's great coil tonight. Adieu. Be vigilant, I beseech you. Conrad!
Peace, stir not.
Conrad, I say.
Dear man, I'm at thy elbow.
Yes, my elbow itch hath up there where the scab follow.
I will owe thee an answer for that, and now forward with thy tale.
Stand thee close then, under this penthouse, for drizzles rain, and I, like a true drunkard, will utter all to thee.
Some treason, masters. Yet stand close.
Therefore, know that I've earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
Is it possible any villainy should be so dear?
Thou shouldst rather ask if or possible any villainy should be so rich. For when rich villains have need of poor ones may make what price they will.
I wonder at it.
Thou knowest the fashion of a doublet, a hat, or cloak is nothing to a man.
Yes, it is apparel.
I mean the fashion.
Yes, the fashion is the fashion.
Hush! I may as well say the fool's the fool. But seest thou not, I say, what informed thee this fashion is?
I know that man. Deformed has been a Halloween for 7 years. He goes up and down like a gentle man. I remember his name.
Didst thou not hear someone?
No, it was the maid on the house.
Seest thou not, I say, what a deformed thief this fashion is? How giddily he turns about all the hot bloods between 14 and 5 and 30.
All this I see, and I see that the fashion wears out more apparel than the man. But art not thou thyself giddy with the fashion too, that thou hast shifted out of thy tale into telling me of the fashion?
Not so neither, but know that I have tonight wooed Margaret, the lady hero's gentlewoman by the name of Hero. She leans near her mistress' chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale vilely, but first I should tell thee how the Prince Claudio and my master, planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, saw far from the orchard this amiable encounter.
And thought that Margaret was Hero?
2 of them did, Prince and Claudio, but the death of my master knew she was Margaret. Partly by his oaths which first possessed him, partly by the dark night which should deceive him, but chiefly by my villainy, which should confirm any slander that Don John had made. Away went Claudio, enraged, swore he would meet her as he was appointed the next morning at the temple before the whole congregation, and shame her with what he saw o'ernight, and send her home again without a husband.
We charge you in the prince's name. Stand.
Call for it. Constable.
commodity being taken up with these men's bills.
A commodity in question, I warn you. Come, we'll obey you.
Good Ursula, wake my cousin Beatrice and desire her to rise. I will, and bid her come hither.
Well,
Trot, I think your other abato were better.
No, pray the good Meg, I'll wear this.
By my troth, it is not so good. And I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin is a fool, and thou art another. I will wear none but this.
I like the new tie with an excellency, if the hair were thought browner, and your gown's a most rare fashion in faith. I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown that they praise so.
Oh, that exceeds, they say.
It is but a nightgown in respect of yours. Cloth of gold and cuts, laced with silver, set with pearls, down sleeves, side sleeves, round underborne with bluish tinsel. But for a fine, quaint, graceful, and excellent fashion, yours is wear 10 on it.
Well, God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceedingly heavy.
It will be heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee, art not ashamed?
Ashamed of what, lady? Of speaking honorably? Is not marriage honorable in a beggar? Is not your lord honorable without marriage? I'll offend nobody. Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? I think not. And it be the right husband and the right wife, otherwise 'tis light and not heavy. Ask my lady Beatrice else. Here she comes.
Good morning, cuz.
good morrow, sweet hero.
Why, how now? Do you speak in a sick tune?
I am out of all other tunes, methinks. 'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. My troth, I am exceedingly ill. Hey-ho.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
For the letter that begins them all. H.
And you be not turned Turk, for there's no more sailing by the star.
What needs the fool throw?
Nothing I, but God's and everyone their heart's desire.
These gloves the Count sent me, they are excellent perfume.
I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell.
A maid and stuffed. There's goodly catching of cold.
God help me, God help me. Since when have you professed apprehension?
Even since you doth left it, doth not my wit become me rarely?
Not seen enough. You should wear it in your cap.
Get you some of this distilled Carter's Benedictus and lay it to your heart, for it's the only thing for a qualm.
There thou prickest her with a thistle.
Benedictus! Why, Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus.
Moral? No, by my troth, I have no moral meaning. I only meant plain holy thistle. You may think perchance that I think you are in love. Nay, by your lady, I'm not such a fool to think what I list, nor list not to think what I can, nor indeed I cannot think, if I would think my heart out of thinking, that you're in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. And yet, Benedick was such another, and now he's become a man. He swore he would never marry, and yet now, in despite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. And how you may be converted, I know not. But methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
What pace is this thy tongue keeps?
Not a false I pray you, for you see that it is a busy time with me.
That it is, madame.
And truth is right.
What is it, good friends?
Goodman Burgess, sir, speaks a little off the matter. A silly youth, and her wits are not so blunt as, God help, I would desire they were. But, in faith, honest as the skin between her brows.
Yes, I thank God I'm as honest as any man living.
Comparisons are odious. Collaboras, neighbor Burgess.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
Your worship to say so. But we are but the poor Duke's officers. Though truly, if I were as tedious as a king, I could find it in my heart to bestow all of it on your worship.
All thy tediousness on me, ah?
Yea, and 1,000 pounds more than 'tis. For I hear as good explanation of your worship as any lady in the city. And though I be but a poor man, I am glad to hear it.
And so am I.
I would fain know what you have to say.
Mary and Madame are watched tonight, accepting your worship's presence, have taken a couple of those errant knaves, as any in Messina.
A silly youth. She will be talking. But as they say, when the youth is in, the wit is out. Well said, in faith. God's a good man, and 2 men ride of a horse. 1 must ride behind.
In faith, neighbor, she comes too short of you.
Gifts that God gives.
I must leave you.
1 word, madame. Our watch, madame, hath indeed comprehended a couple of auspicious persons
Take their examination yourself and bring it up to me. I am in great haste as it may appear unto you.
It shall be sufficient.
Drink some wine ere you go. Fare you well.
Go, good neighbor, get you to Francis Seacole. Bid him bring his pen and inkhorn to the jail. We are now to examination these men.
And we must do it wisely.
We will spare for no wit, I warrant you. Only get the learned writer to set down our excommunications and meet me at the jail.
Count, Friar Francis, be brief, only to the playful of marriage, and you shall recount their particular duties afterwards.
You come hither, Lord, to marry this lady.
No.
To be married to her, Friar, you come to marry her.
Lady, you come here to be married to this count.
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediments why you should not be co-joined, charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any count?
I dare make his answer none.
What men dare do, what men may do, what men daily do, not knowing what they do.
Oh no. Interjections. Why, that some be of laughing, as ha, or
Say goodbye, friar. Mother, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may equal this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you should render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonata, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She's but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold how like a maid she blushes here. Would you not swear, all you that see her, that she were made by these exterior shows? But she is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Dear my lord, if you in your own proof have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity...
I know what you would say. You'd say that if I'd known her, that she did embrace me as a husband. No, Leonata, I never tempted her with word too large, but as a brother to a sister showed bashful sincerity and simple love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Out on thee, see me. I will write against it. You seem to me as Diane, as chaste as the bud. But you're more intemperate in your blood than Venus, one of those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well that he does speak so wide?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that have gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
Are these things spoken, or do I but dream?
Madam, these things are spoken, and they are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
True.
Leonata, stand I here? Is this the prince? Is this the prince's brother? Is this face, heroes? Are our eyes our own?
All this is so, my lord, but what of this?
Let me move but one question to your daughter, and by that motherly power that you have, bid her answer truly.
I charge thee do so, as thou art my child.
Oh God, how I am beset! What kind of catechizing call you this?
Answer truly to your name.
Is it not Hero? Who can blot out that name with any just reproach?
Indeed can Hero. Hero itself can blot out Hero's virtue. What man was he talking with you yesternight, out at your window betwixt 12 and 1? Now if you're maid, answer to this.
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why then are you no maiden? Leonata, I am sorry you must hear, but upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and the screaming count did hear her at that hour last night, talk with the ruffian at her bedchamber window, who most like a liberal villain, confess the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Fie. They're not to be spoken of, my lord, not to be named. There is not chastity enough in language to utter offense. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much misgovernment.
Oh, Hero, what hero hadst thou been? Half thy work graces been placed among thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well, most foul, most fair. Farewell, thou pure in piety and impious purity, for thee I'll lock up all the gates of love.
Hath no man's dagger here point for me!
Why, how now, cousin Hero? Wherefore sink you down?
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light. Smother her spirits up.
How now, cousin Hero?
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help on, Hero, why, Hero? On, Senior Benedict Friar!
Oh, fate! Take not away thy heavy hand! Death is the fairest cover for her shame that may be wished for!
How now, cousin Hero?
Oh, have comfort, lady.
Dost thou look up?
Wherefore should she not?
Therefore, why does not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Can she here deny the story that is imprinted in her blood? Do not live, Hero, do not open thine eyes. Why ever wast thou loving mine eyes? Why had I not with charitable hands took up a beggar's issue at my gates, who smirched in mire with infamy, I might have said, no part of this is mine. This shame drives itself from an unknown womb. But mine I loved, and mine I praised, and mine that I was proud on. Mine so much that I myself was to myself not mine. Valuing her, why she has fallen into a pit of ink, that the wide sea hath drops too few to wash her clean again, and salt too little, which may season give to her foul-tainted flesh.
Madam, have patience. For my part, I am so attired and wonder I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied!
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although until last night I have this 12-month been her bedfellow.
Confirmed, confirmed. Oh, that is made stronger, which was before barred up with ribs of iron. Will the two princes lie and Claudio lie, that speaking of her foulness wash it with tears? Hence from her, let her die.
Hear me a while, for I have only been silent so long and given way to this course of fortune. By noting of the lady, I've marked in her 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face. 1,000 innocent shames in angel whiteness beat away those blushes. And in her eye there hath appeared a fire, to burn against the error that these princes hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool. Trust not my reading nor my observation. Trust not my age, my reverence, calling nor divinity, if this sweet lady lie not guiltless here, under some biting error.
But, friar, it cannot be. Thou seest that all the grace she hath left, as that she will not add to her damnation the sin of perjury. She not denies it, why seekest thou then to cover with excuses that which appears in proper nakedness?
Lady, what man is he that you are accused of?
They know that to accuse me, I know none. If I know more than any man alive than that which maiden modesty does warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. O my mother, prove you that any man with me conversed at hours unmeet, or that I yesterday maintained the change of words with any creature, refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprision in the princes.
Two of them have the very bent of honor. And if their wisdoms be misled in this, then the practice of it lives in John the Bastard, whose spirits toil in the frame of villainies.
I know not. If they speak but truth of her, these hands shall tear her. If they wrong her honor, the proudest of them will well hear of it. Time hath not yet so dried up this blood of mine, nor aged it up my invention, nor my fortune made such havoc of my means, nor my bad life reft me so much of friends. But they shall find, awaked in such a kind, both strength of limb and policy of mind, ability, means, and choice of friends, to quit me of them thoroughly.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here, the prince is left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation, and on your family's old monuments hang mournful epitaphs, and do all rites that appertain unto a burial.
What shall become of this? What will this do?
Mary, this well carried shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. That is of some good, but not for that dream I on this strange course. But on this travail look for greater birth. She dying, as it must so be maintained, upon the instant that she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. For so it falls out, that what we have, we prize not while we have it. But having lacked and lost, then we find the value. Then we find the virtue that possession would not show us whilst it was ours. And so shall it fare with Claudio. When he hears that you died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into the study of his imagination, more moving, delicate, and full of life, into the eye and prospect of his soul. Then shall he mourn, if ever love had interest in his liver, and wished he had not so accused her. No, though he thought his accusation true. And if it sort not well, you may conceal her, as best befits her wounded reputation, in some reclusive and religious life, out of all eyes, minds, injuries, and pains.
Madam, let the friar advise you. And though you know my inwardness and love are very much into the prince and Claudio, by my faith, I will deal in this as secretly and justly as your soul should with your body.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away. For to strange sores, strangely they strain the cure. Come, lady. Die to live. This wedding day is perhaps prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
Surely I will not desire that.
You have no reason, I do it freely.
I do believe your fair cousin has been wronged.
How much might a man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there a way to show such friendship?
Very even way. But No such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. It's not that strange.
As strange as the thing I know not. It were possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you. And yet believe me not. And yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I'm sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I'll make him eat it that says I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
No sauce that can be devised to it. I protest, I love thee.
God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice.
You stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Yeah. Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Harry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone though I am here. There is no love in you. May I pray you let me go.
Beatrice,
In faith, I will go.
we'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of villain that has slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man! What bear her in hands until they come to take hands? And then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. Oh God, that I were a man! I would eat his heart in the marketplace. Surely a princely testimony, a goodly count, Count Confet, a sweet gallant surely. Oh, that I were a man for his sake, or any friend would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted to courtesies, valor into compliment, and men are only turned into tongue, and trim ones too. He is no as valiant as Hercules that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing. Therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Harry, good Beatrice, by this hand I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Believe you in your soul that Claudio is our own hero?
Yea! As sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough! I am engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand. And so I leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go, comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead. And so, farewell.
Is our whole assembly appeared? A stool and cushion for the clerks.
Which be the malefactors?
Mary, that am I and my partner.
Nay, we have the exhibitions to examine.
But which are the offenders that are to be examined?
Let them come before the master constable.
Yea, Mary, let them come before me. What is your name, friend?
Borachio.
Pray break down Borachio. And yours, sirrah?
I am a gentleman, sir, and my name is Conrad.
Pray write down Master Gentleman Conrad. Master, do you serve God?
Yea, sir, we hope.
Write down that they hope they serve God, and write God first, for God defend, but God should go before such villains. Masters, it is proved already that you are little better than false knaves, and it will go near to be thought so shortly. How answer you for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
A marvelous witty fellow, but I will go about with him. Come you hither, sirrah, a word in your ear. Sir, I say to you, it is thought of our false names.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
For God, they are both in a tale. Have you written down that they are none?
Master constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Yea, Mary, let the watch come forth.
this man had received 1,000 ducats of Don John to accuse the lady hero wrongfully.
Flat burglary as ever was committed.
Yeah, by maths. That it is.
What else, fellow?
The County Claudio did mean, upon his words, to disgrace the lady hero before the whole assembly and not to marry her.
Villains! That will be condemned into everlasting redemption for this. What else?
That is all.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. Prince John was this morning secretly stolen away. Here was in this manner accused, and in this very manner refused, and upon this grief suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be bound and brought to Leonata. We will go forth and show her their examinations. Come, let them be opinion!
Let them be in hand.
Ah, coxcomb.
God's my life, where's the clerk? Let her write down the prince's officer coxcomb. Come, bind them. Thou naughty varlet!
Oh, wait! You are an ass! You are an ass!
Suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my ears? Oh, that he were here to write me down an ass! But masters, remember that I am an ass! Though it be not written down, forget not that I am an ass! No, thou villain, thou artful piety! I shall be my good witness! I am a wise fellow, and which is more, an officer, and which is more, a householder, which is more, as pretty a piece of flesh as any in Messina. And one that knows the law, go to, and a rich fellow enough, go to, and one that hath had losses, and hath 2 gowns, and everything handsome about him. Bring him away! Oh, that I had writ down an ass!
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself, and 'tis not wisdom to thus second grief against yourself.
Oh, pray thee, seaside counsel, which falls into my ears as profitless as waters in a sieve. Give me not counsel. Bring me a mother that so loved her child. Measure her woe the length and breadth of mine, and let it answer every strain for strain. In every lineament, branch, shape, and form, and I of her will gather patience. But sister, there is no such woman. For women can counsel and speak comfort to that grief which they themselves not feel, but tasting it, their counsel turns to passion. No, 'tis all woman's office to speak patience to those that bring under the load of sorrow, but no woman's virtue, nor sufficiency to be so moral when she shall endure the like herself. Therefore give me no counsel. My griefs cry louder than advertisement.
Therein do women and children nothing differ.
I pray thee peace. I would be flesh and blood, but there was never yet philosopher that could endure the toothache patiently, however they writ the style of gods.
But bend not all the harm upon yourself. Let those that do offend you suffer too.
There thou speakest reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul doth tell me heroes blind. That shall Claudio know. So shall the prince and all them that thus dishonor him.
Here come the prince and Claudio hastily.
Good day, good day.
Good day to both of you.
Hear you, my lords.
We have some haste, Leonata.
Oh, well, some haste, my lord. Well, fare you well, my lord. Are you so hasty now? Well, all is one.
Do not quarrel with us, good lady. If she could right herself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs her?
Mary, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler, thou. Yea, never lay hands upon my sword. I fear thee not.
Mary, shrew my hand. If you give your age such cause of fear, in faith my hand has been nothing to my sword.
Tush, tush, men, never sneer and jest at me. I speak not like a dotard nor fool. No, Claudio, to thy head. Thou hast so wronged my innocent child me. I say thou hast belied my innocent child. My slander hath gone through and through her heart. She lies in a tomb where never scandal slept, save this of hers, framed by thy villainy.
My villainy?
Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
You say not right, madame.
Away,
led by villains that dares well answer women indeed as I name, take a serpent by the tongue. Boys, apes, jacks, braggarts, milkspots.
Sister!
What is all content? What man? I know them, yea, and what they weigh, even to the utmost scruple. Scrambling, out-pacing, fashion-monging boys that lie and cog and flout, deprave and slander, go antically and show all outward hideousness, and speak off half a dozen dangerous words, how they might hurt their enemies if they durst, and that is all.
But Sister Antonia,
Come, 'tis no matter, do not meddle, let me deal in this.
These both we will not make your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death. But upon my honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof. Lord, my lord, will not hear you.
no? Come, sister. Away, I will be heard.
And shall, or some of us will smart for it.
Oh, see, here comes the man we went to seek.
Now, Signor, what news?
Good day, my lord.
Good welcome, senor. You almost come to Marta, most afraid.
We had liked to have had our two noses snapped off with two old women without teeth.
Good offer your sister. What thinkest thou? And if we answered, I doubt we should have been too young for them.
In a false quarrel there is no true valor. And I have come to seek you both.
We've been up and down to seek thee. We're melancholy, but have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
It is in my scabbard, shall I draw it?
Dost thou wear thy wit by thy side?
I will bid thee draw, as we do the minstrel, draw to pleasure us.
Sir, I shall meet your wit in the career, and you charge it against me. I pray you choose another subject.
I'm an honest man, he looks pale. Art thou sick or angry?
What courage, man.
Sir, shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain. I jest not. I'll make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare in a duel. Do me right, or I'll protest your cowardice. You have killed the sweet lady, and your death shall fall heavy on you. Come, let me hear from you.
Well, I will meet thee, so I may have good cheer.
I'll tell thee how Beatrice praised thy wit the other day. I said, thou hadst a fine wit. True, said she, a fine little one. No, said I, a great one. True, said she, a great gross one. No, nay, said I, he hath the tongues. That I'll believe, said she, for he swore me a thing on Monday night, which he forswore on Tuesday morning. There's a double tongue, there's two tongues. Thus did she an hour altogether shape thy particular virtues. Yet she concluded with a sigh, thou wast the properest man in Italy.
In which she wept heartily and said she cared not.
But when shall we set the savage bull's horns, the noble Benedick's head?
Hey, and text underneath, here dwells Benedick, the married man.
Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. You break jests as braggarts to their blades, which God be thanked, hurt not. My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother the bastard is fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet in duel. Until then, peace be with him.
He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest, and I'll warrant you, for the love of Beatrice.
He hath challenged thee?
Most sincerely.
What a pretty thing man is when he goes off in his doublet and his hose, and leaves off his wits.
He's done a giant to an ape.
But soft you, let me be. Look up my heart to be sad. For did you not say that my brother was fled?
Come you, sir, if justice cannot tame you, she shall lay away more reasons in her felons. For a cursing hypocrite once, you shall be looked to.
Why, how now, two of my brother's men bound? Horatio what?
Hearken after their offense, my lord.
Constable, what offense have these two men committed?
Marry, sir, they have committed false report. And moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanders. Sixth and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
First, I would ask thee what they have done. Thirdly, I would ask thee what's their offense. Sixth and lastly, I would ask thee why they are committed. And to conclude, what you lay to their charge.
Rightly reasoned, and in his own division.
But, men, what have you done? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, let me go no further to mine answer. Do you hear me? Let this count kill me. I deceived even your very eyes. which wisdoms cannot discover, these shallow fools have brought to light. Who in the night overheard me confessing to this man, how John, your brother, incensed me to slander the lady hero. You disgraced her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record, which I'd rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame. The lady is dead upon mine and my master's false accusation, and briefly I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Once not this speech like iron for your blood?
I drank poison while he uttered it.
What said my brother thee to this?
Yea, pay me richly for the practice of it.
He's composed and framed of treachery, and fled he is upon this villainy.
Sweet hero, now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved it at first.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs! By this time the clerk hath informed Madame Leonata of the matter. And do not forget to specify, when the time and place shall serve, that I am an ass. Here comes Madame Leonata.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes, that when I look on another like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you know your wronger, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath hast killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
Nay, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third has fled that had a part in it. I thank thee, princess, for the death of my daughter. Recorded with your high and worthy deeds, it was bravely done if you would think you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your revenging can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaking.
No, nor I, and yet to satisfy this good lady, I would bend under any heavy weight that she'll constrain me to.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both possess the people of Messina hear how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught in sad invention, hang an epitaph upon her tomb and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning, come you to my house, and since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My sister hath a daughter, the very copy of my child that is dead. Give her the right to give her cousin. Thus dies my revenge.
Oh, noble lady, your overkindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer, and impose henceforth the poor Claudio.
Tomorrow then I will await your coming. Tonight I take my leave. This naughty man shall be brought face to face with Margaret, who has packed in all this wrong hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul she was not, nor knew not what she did when she spoke to me, but always hath been just and virtuous in anything that I do know by her.
Moreover, sir, which is not under white and black, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me an ass. I beseech you remember it in his punishment. Also, the watch hath overheard them talk of one before. They say he wears a key in his ear and a lock hanging by it, and hath borrowed money in God's name so long and not paid it, that men now grow hard-hearted, and will lend nothing for God's sake.
I thank thee for thy cares and pains.
Your worship speaks like most grateful and reverend youth, and I thank God for thee.
Here's for thy pains.
God save the foundation!
Go, I discharge thee of thy prisoner.
I leave an errant knave with your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct yourself, for the example of others. I humbly give you leave to depart, and to your merry meeting be wished, God prohibit it! Come here.
Until tomorrow morning, lords, fare you well.
Farewell, my lord. Until tomorrow, we will not fail.
Tonight I'll mourn with hero.
Come, bring you these men on. She'll go talk to Margaret, how her acquaintance grew with this lewd fellow.
Oh, pray thee, sweet Mistress Margaret, deserve well at my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice.
Will you then write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
So high a style, Margaret, that no man living shall come over it. For most comely truth, thou deservest it.
To have no man come over me.
Why shall I always keep below the stairs?
Thy witch is as quick as the greyhound's mouth, Margaret. It catches.
And yours is blunt as the fencer's spoils, which hits, oh, but hurt not.
Most manly was Margaret. I will not hurt a woman. Now I pray thee, call Beatrice.
I will call Beatrice to you, who I think hath legs.
Therefore will count. Oh, God of love, that sits above and knows me. How pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving, Leander the good swimmer and Troilus the first employer of panders, and a whole book full of these quantum carpet-mongers whose names it runs smoothly in the even road of a blank verse. Why, they were never so truly turned over and over as my poor self in love. Margaret, I cannot show it in rhyme. I have tried. I could find no better rhyme for lady, but baby. It's an innocent rhyme. For horn, scorn. It's a hard rhyme. For school, fool. It's a babbling rhyme. I was not born under a rhyming planet. I cannot woo in festival terms. No, sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I call thee?
Yea, signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken, fare you well. And yet, ere I go, let me go as that I came, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore, I will depart unkissed.
Frightened the word of his right sense of forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio does undergo my challenge. And either I must hear from him shortly, or I'll subscribe him a coward. And now tell me, for which of my bad parts did you first fall in love with me?
For all of them together, which maintained so politic a state of evil that they would not allow any good part to intermingle with them. But I pray thee, for which of my good parts did thou first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet. I do indeed suffer love, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, methinks. Alas, poor heart. If you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I will never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably.
It appears not in this confession. There's not one wise man among 20 that will praise himself.
An old instance, Beatrice, from the time of good neighbors. If a man did not erect his own tomb in this age ere he dies, he shall live no longer in monument that the bell tolls and the widow weeps.
And how long's that, think you?
Why, an hour in crying and a quarter in clamor. Therefore is it most expedient for the wise to be the trumpet of his own virtues, as I am to myself, who, I will bear myself witness, is praiseworthy. And now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God, love me, and mind. And I will depart you too, for here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your aunt. Yonder's old Quill at home. It has been proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused. Don Josh
Atonement was the hero that here lies. Death and guerdon of her wrongs gives her fame which never dies. So the life that died with shame lives in debt with glorious fame. Hang thou there upon the tomb, praising her when I am dumb. Now unto thy bones good night, dearly will I do this right.
Come, let us put on other weeds, and then to Leonata's we will go.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So did Prince and Claudio, who accused her upon the air that you were debated. But Margaret was in some fault for this, although against her will, this appears in the true course of all question.
Well, I'm glad all things sort so well.
As am I, being else by faith and forced to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Well, daughter, and you gentlewomen all, withdrawn to a chamber by yourselves, and when I send for you, come hither masked. The Prince and Claudio promised by this hour to visit me. Sister, you know your office. You must be mother to your sister's daughter, and give her to young Claudio.
Which I will do with confirmed countenance.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think,
To do what, senor?
to bind me or undo me, one of them. Madam Leonata, truth it is, good lady, your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
The eye that my daughter lent her, 'tis most true.
I do with an eye of love requite her.
The sight whereof I think you had from me, from Claudio and the Prince. But what's your will?
Your answer, madam, is enigmatical. But for my will is that your good will may stand with ours this day to be conjoined in a state of honorable marriage.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Here come the Prince and Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Tomorrow, Prince, tomorrow, Claudio, we here attend you. Are you yet determined today to marry my sister's daughter?
I'll hold my liking, even were she not to my heart's liking.
Call her forth, sister. Here stands a friar ready.
Good morrow, Benedick. Why, what's the matter? Do you have such a February face? So full of frost, a storm and cloudiness.
I think he thinks upon the savage bull. I'll tip thy horns with gold, and all Europa shall rejoice at thee, as once Europa did at lusty Jove when he would play the beast in love.
Bold Jove, sir, and amiable oaf, much like to you, for you have just his bleat.
Thanks I owe you. Here comes other reckonings. Now, which is the lady on the seas upon?
The same as she, and I do give you her.
Why, then she's mine. Sweet, let me see her face.
No, that you shall not till you take her hand before this holy friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand. Before this holy friar, I'm your husband, if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero!
Nothing certainer. One hero died defiled, but I do live. And surely as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero? Hero that is dead?
She died, my lord, but whilst her slander lived.
All this amazement can I qualify. When at last the holy rites have ended, I will tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meanwhile, let wonder seem familiar, and to the chapel let us presently.
Soft and fair, friar. Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no. No more than reason.
Why, then your aunt and the Prince and Claudio have been deceived. They swore you did.
Do not you love me?
Troth, no more than reason.
Why, then, my cousin Margaret and Ursula have been deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then you don't love me.
No! But in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I'm sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon that he loves her. For there's a letter written by his hand, a whole thing sonnet of his own brain.
Oh, and here's another written in my cousin's hand, proclaiming her love unto Benedick.
Tis a miracle. We use our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee. But by this light, I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, but by this good day, I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace, I will have you mine.
And how dost thou now, Benedick, the married man?
I'll tell thee, Prince, a college of woodcrackers cannot flout me out of my humor. Dost thou think I care for a satire or an epigram? No. If a man will be beaten with praise, he shall wear nothing handsome about him. In brief, since I do propose to marry, I shall think nothing to any purpose that the world can say against it. Therefore never flout at me for what I have said against it. For a man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. Claudio. But in that thou art likest to be my kinsman, live unbruised, and love my cousin.
I would have hoped thou wouldst have denied Beatrice, to make thee a double dealer, which without question thou wilt be if my cousin do not look exceedingly narrowly to thee.
Come, come, we are friends. Let us dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our hearts and our wives' heels.
We shall have dancing afterwards.
First of my word. Therefore play music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife. There is no staff more reverend than one tipped with horn.
My lord, your brother John has taken in flight and been brought back with armed men to Messina.
Think not at him till tomorrow. I shall devise thee brave punishments for him. Strike up, pipers!